I got cut off right here. You know what I'm saying? I got far less talk, real character, that's what's going on as far as you can see I stream me on all platforms. For a while that cut off.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the job, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man.
And your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I got 5 Let's Talk. Welcome to the Bugatti Rozzy Show with I Got 5 Let's Talk, man. Today, you know, we just running it up with the deliberation of Diddy's trial. You know, seeing what the fans think. You know how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying, and what's going on. You know, but you know it's that time again to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend, share, like, and subscribe, don't hide, man. But yeah, they got the boy Diddy in a pickle right now, man. You know, they got him in a real pickle, a real shitty situation. And to be honest, man, the way that this trial has been going, it's like it's kind of like up for grabs, though. What you think, Rozzy?
Not guilty.
Not guilty?
Not guilty. Ain't say shit up. Not guilty.
That nigga told him, take that.
Take that, man. Free Diddy, man. He on his way on. Y'all better believe it, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna upset a lot of motherfuckers. You know, sometimes you gotta expect it. Take that.
Yeah, especially when you not paying fair and you hitting motherfuckers with the wrong charges. Let us know what y'all think, man. Get in that chat, man. Hit that chat up. Moff Manny say Diddy not guilty, man. He also say free the $1 million man, free Rozzy Bugatti.
Ain't that the troll?
I don't see him being guilty though, man. You know, he may be guilty of some other things or some charges that we ain't seen. You know the truth, man. He bop bop bop. You know that's that summer anthem right there, man. You feel me?
Bop, bop, bop.
Tap in with that remix too. You know, don't forget about the bop 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 challenge, man. You know, whoever got the best freestyle, whoever got the best dance to it. You know, they get a feature from OTM, man. You know, and they get a feature from they get an OTM feature, man. So don't forget about that, man. I don't see Diddy being guilty because it's just a whole lot of just nonsense that's going on, man. Charging him with being an old sexual pervert. That's what I think. You feel me? Other than that, I mean, you know, she getting on stand crying. I mean, he gave her $20 million to be quiet. They didn't force her to come to court. They asked her. But still, she didn't bring up no evidence. The evidence is more damaging on her side, trying to play non-victim, than it is on Diddy's side. Diddy like, hey, you caught me with my pants down, hand in the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
They the one that barrels the black man.
That too, but you know, you giving them that leeway.
Scoring woman.
You giving them that.
Scoring woman.
You like a scoring woman. You know, they gonna do that, but you know, this the only thing of how I feel not on Diddy's side. You know what I'm saying? Is because of some of the things that you probably, you know, probably could be involved with. You feel me?
Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
You know, Diddy could be accused of some of the things. Now, did they get him with assault and battery on Casey? Nah.
I don't know.
They didn't even do that. The video showed assault and battery.
It's past statute of limitation.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even hit him with no cases of ongoing, of finding a case that could last 5 years.
I think he got his racketeering. He got racketeering, transporting something for sex, coercion.
But this the thing. Say, boom, you talking to a bitch and they go. Well, we could say Hawthorne. And nigga, you tell her, look, I'm trying to smash you, gonna come over Netflix and chill. You pay for the Uber, nigga, that's sex trafficking. But they can't do that to everybody. So you can't do that to him. That's why I don't believe that he gonna get hit with sex trafficking, because this nigga is hitting up websites that pay that got motherfuckers prostituting on the website. If you don't want them prostituting on the website, shut it down. They don't do that. But let's run some of this content, man, and let's see what they talking about.
Holmes reconvenes today as the jury begins its deliberations. That's right. Good days, Briella Tomasetti. She has been following this story, this trial, better yet, since week one. She has the details from outside Manhattan Federal Courthouse with more. Briella, good morning.
Tashani and Tina, yeah, a very big day, a big week ahead for those 8 men and 4 women on that 12-member jury. Good morning again to both of you. Prosecutors presenting their closing arguments on Thursday. The defense presented theirs on Friday, and now today those deliberations begin. But let's get to the charges that Sean Diddy Combs is facing, because the federal government has charged him with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, which carries a max sentence of life in prison.
Man, I know the viewers can see it, Razi, but I'm gonna read you this. 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, maximum sentence of life in prison. 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, minimum 15 years in prison. 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, maximum sentence of 10 years in prison.
Engaging in prostitution. That time, 50 years back.
2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. So basically, he called an Uber for somebody.
So basically, he gonna get 10 years before it was 18.
That's what it looked like. If he got
found guilty.
If he get found not guilty, he good. If he get found guilty on 1 case, man, you see, they hold time. 10 years or better. He getting found guilty on 1 case, it's 10 years or better, and it's a bullshit case.
Bullshit case.
Bullshit. They didn't even charge Ed Buck with sex trafficking. And Ed Buck was finding people on Craigslist, Backpage, getting them to his house, homeless black gay men, shooting them up with meth till they die and have sex with them. But he didn't even get charged with none of that. He didn't even get charged with murder. So again, like Nutty said, man, this is tearing a black man down. Now, if you got something on him, put it out there, be fair. But just to put his personal business out there, like this is a case of you trying a man because he a homosexual. You can't try somebody because they a homosexual. That's their personal preference, bro. It's not hurting nobody. Now you saying, oh, you know, he was beating on Cassie and all that and all this and all that. Y'all didn't charge him with none of that, the statute of limitations and all this and all that. He gave her $30 million, bro. We have recordings of her telling somebody that allegedly saw her on a sex tape in a freak off. She's telling them that she's gonna kill them and chop them up, and after she kills them, she gonna have Diddy kill him again. So who is the beast? Is it Diddy Or is it her? Because you telling this man you gonna chop him up in little pieces.
Ain't that straight?
You don't got Diddy on no recording saying no wild shit like this. Let's run this content, man.
2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, which each carry a minimum 15-year prison sentence, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, which each carry a max sentence of 10 years in prison. Prosecutors allege Diddy used power, violence, and fear to get what he wanted and say he believed his fame put him above the law. On Friday, defense attorney Mark Agnifilo countered their argument, telling the jury his client is not guilty of sex trafficking, but instead engaged in a consensual swingers lifestyle. He pointed out that Diddy is a self-made successful entrepreneur and put a spotlight on his family's presence in the courtroom. Agnifilo acknowledged that his client could be violent, but said that does not equate to federal crimes. He also noted that some of Diddy's accusers have sued him in civil court. The rapper's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, settled her lawsuit against him for $20 million. When addressing the transportation to engage in prostitution charges, Agnifilo repeated the defense's stance that Diddy paid male escorts for their time, not sex. And in regard to the racketeering charges, he said there's a gaping lack of evidence. Legal analyst Mackenzie Joy believes the RICO charge will be the hardest one to prove because the jury must find that Diddy and his inner circle committed at least 2 crimes.
It's going to be in.
Yeah, they gotta prove that this man engaged in racketeering. You know, that's tax evasion, fraud. Then it gotta be, why is it, if this is a racketeering case, it should be multiple people that's gonna be charged with this shit. That's racketeering. The only person that's on trial is Diddy. How you feel about that though, Rozzy, man?
The whole country, you know what I'm saying? I'm predicting shit going on here. King, you feel me? I don't know what they trying to do. They trying to tear niggas down, man. If they couldn't get OJ, now they trying to get Diddy, man.
But I think this is another case of, you know, the same thing like OJ though. Remember, OJ was found not guilty in court, but yet he was still held liable, you know, in civil court. It's like no matter what a black man does, you know, they gonna strip him of everything anyway.
They still got OJ, but it's no change.
And they got some more years out of prison from him. So that's a hard round to escape right there. Man, I don't know what this nigga, man. Man, let me see real quick, man. Nah, C-Star just hit me, said that they asking about something. Let me see. I'm gonna end this one, man. I'm gonna end this one.